Hi guys, your champion Christina is here with your blood-spotted PiMP Daily Dose for March 8th, brought to you by DrunkeNES 2. Today I'll give you all in-depth look at some of the changes in DrunkeNES 2 to help you make up your mind as to whether it's the RPG you've been waiting for. And I've also got tidbits from Gears of War 3, the FIFA Interactive World Cup, and DrunkeNES. By now, most of you will know the gist of DrunkeNES 2, where you start as a refugee of Lothering and rise to become the champion of the 3 matches. But here's how number 2 differs from the original in terms of storytelling. Origins was widely recognized as an epic, sprawling RPG in the true BioWare tradition, with around 1 million words of dialogue, 1,000 cinematics, and 60 hours of gameplay. In DrunkeNES 2, you're looking at about half the words, double the cinematics, and about 40 to 50 hours of gameplay. So while they opted for a leaner, meaner experience, they're given it more depth with a voice lead character and far more cinematics. Origins was more of a Wanderer style, whereas this game follows Hawk in fewer places but spends an entire decade as he or she rises to power. The dialogue wheel has been adopted from Mass Effect with different options according to what kind of character you're creating. There are chivalrous, darker and slightly cheeky options, all of which are clearly marked so you won't accidentally start a fight with your allies. But as with all BioWare games, this choice plays an important role, and DrunkeNES 2 promises to reward you for exploring your options and developing relationships with your party in different ways. And these relationships will change over the many years of the game, actually making it a deeper storytelling experience than the first game, which was definitely broader. If you finish Origins, you can input the save data, and this will impact some of the backstory. But because you're not continuing a character like you do in say Mass Effect, it's not as important to have played the first game, making it accessible to old and new fans alike. So yes, it's a slightly different experience than the first, but it's tighter and more accessible, especially when it comes to combat. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. DrunkeNES 2 is out in Australia on Thursday. If like most 360 gamers you're hanging out for the Gears of War 3 beta, here's a little info on how you can get early access. Starting on April 25th and running till May 15th, 3 multiplayer modes and 4 maps will be rolled out, all on the dedicated servers. Pre-order one of the 3 retail versions at EB Games from $100 to $200 and you get access to the public beta on day 1. There are loads of unlockables and some will even carry over to full version if you can rack up enough kills or complete a couple of simple objectives. If you bought the Bulletstorm Epic Edition, you get even earlier access from April 18th. Elsewhere, EA are hosting the Australian leg of the FIFA Interactive World Cup qualifiers from April 7th to 10th at the Castle Hill RSL, Club Marconi, DY RSL and Rooty Hill RSL. To register, head to au.playstation.com/FIWC registration. And finally today, a very clever fellow named Batsy Adams has taken the age-old tradition of blowing into your NES cartridge and turned it into something even more useful, a breathalyzer. In DrunkeNES, you blow into the cartridge just like you used to, except this time your alcohol level is displayed. If you're sober, you're greeted with a sober, but if you're totally pyro, you get the wasted walrus. And that's a PiMP Daily Dose for March 8th. Don't forget that you can have your say on DrunkeNES 2 or anything else in the wonderful world of games, girls and gadgets in our new forum at www.pimp.tv/forums. Tomorrow I'll put this bad boy to good use as I check out the DrunkeNES 2's combat. Stab you tomorrow.